Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just kind of stuck inside with the rain today, as you might hear in the background, and I thought we might do a full service on the Yamaha MT03. Mine's a 2016 model. Now the steps should be pretty similar up until 2020, I believe. Don't quote me, make sure you check. But I mean, the bikes, apart from visual modifications, didn't really change much until about 2020. So this should help a lot of you. Today we're literally going to be changing the oil filter, little crush ring, spark plugs, and air filter as well. So let me show you what tools you need. So literally we've got a Phillips head screwdriver. Just got I'm using a 1/2 inch ratchet, but you can use any ratchet, with a 12mm socket. Also got my skinny spark plug removing socket, oil filter remover wrench, and I'm kind of cheating, but we've got a 5mm hex or Allen key, and I've just got mine in my rattle gun here. Now you don't actually have to remove this undershroud. You can get to it sort of underneath, but just to make things easier and make it a bit easier to view in the video, I'm just going to remove this. I've already removed the screws on the other side. If you look under there, you can see your oil filter, and then right below it, you've got your 12mm sun plug. And then you can actually see the little crush washer in between, which we have got a replacement, so we will be doing that today. But just first of all, go ahead, get your little catch underneath and undo that sun plug. And don't take it the whole way off. Just take it off a little bit first, about halfway through the threads, and you can see that oil coming out in between. Just let it sit like that, just so you don't get those splashes or anything like that in the oil. Okay. Take it off the whole way, and I'm just gonna put this oil filter aside and keep letting it drain. Another thing, obviously, that I've missed out when you are doing it, just take your oil cap off. This just sort of helps it breathe. Probably not needed, but I know it definitely works with cars. And just, yeah, let that go for as long as you can, guys. Give it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Go and have something to eat, come back, and hopefully that oil has stopped coming out. Now another thing I'm going to do, oil is still just sort of dripping. I'm just going to stand the bike up straight. Which we will have to do when we're checking the oil level. Just to see if it helps get any more oil out. There you go, see she's running again on the bottom there instead of dripping. Now, before you install your new oil filter, just quickly grab a rag and clean this surface off. Just so then the new oil filter obviously makes a nice clean contact. Like so. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. And then you can go ahead and reinstall your sun plug. Same thing, give it a quick wipe around that surface, Make sure you got your new crush washer installed. Like so. And be very careful not to over tighten. Yep, happy with that. Now you got your oil level here. You get 2 lines, your minimum and then your maximum. Now the bike does need to be standing straight up when you're filling this level and checking this level. If you do go over, you're going to have to undo that sump plug again to let some out, but then you sort of, wrecking that new crush washer that you've just used. So try not to go over. Today I'm using Castrol Racing or Power 1 5W40 4T fully synthetic motorcycle oil. Exactly at full. Now I'm actually going to run the bike because I know that oil filter that we put on, I didn't pre-prime, so oil has to go into that oil filter when it runs, and that will actually drop the oil level. So I'm going to run the bike for a bit, get the oil circulating through the motor, and then we're going to check the oil level again. Alright, now before we start the bike up, and come to the opposite side of the bike, you've got 1, 2, 3 Phillips head screws hiding. I'm just going to undo those so we can replace the air filter. Air filter sits in like that. I'm going to slide the other one out. The red mark down there, so I'm going to put the red side in. Go in from the bottom first with the lid, like so, and then when you push it in, you can't see it, but it's actually pushing that filter down inside. And then just put those 3 screws back in. Just make sure you tighten those up, all 3, and we can move back to the other side. Now for the spark plugs, you need 16mm small spark plug socket. And I'll just give you the part number. There you go, 1275 CR8E. I'm using NGK spark plugs. Now what I'm gonna do, since I've already got all the tank cover and everything off, it's literally a 10mm bolt. There's 2 at the front and 2 at the back of the tank. You can undo those and leave everything sort of hooked up underneath, like fuel pump and everything like that. You just sort of move the tank just out of your way a little bit, which is going to give us access to where the spark plugs are. Yeah, we'll just pick this up a little bit, move it to the side, back a little tiny bit, and now I have full access to spark plugs. Look at that. And ratchet, low extension. Make sure it's set to undo. Hold it tank aside, nice and gently go down. And undo your plugs. Now you saw that took very minimal effort to undo. One thing you definitely do not want to do with spark plugs is over tighten them. Not for the life of me found my magnet, so I'm just using some really long, skinny Windows pliers. I'm going to do these up right hand. And then probably like a third of a turn. Put your leads back down, have a quick look, make sure your leads are nice and clean, which mine are. See nice and shiny in there. Sure they clip in. And there you have it, guys. Full service done. Spark plugs, oil filter, air filter, crush washer. Oil's been filled up. It's at the full level at the moment, but I'm gonna let the bike run, probably go for a little ride, and then I'm going to top it up as needed because obviously that oil filter will fill up with a bit of oil as the engine runs. And yeah, guys, catch you in the next video. Hope this helped.